Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to an episode of the REC Podcast, brought to you by REC Comics and Collectibles. I am your host, Roman Chavez, and with me, as always,
Erik Icarus.
Eric, my friend.
Yeah.
I did it.
You did it.
I finished The Boys.
All right.
For you.
Thank you.
And for the world.
And for you folks.
For the REC fan base. The Wrecking Crew, as I would like to call you.
I love it.
I need more than just Eric's mom to be a listener. So, but, we're going to get there, guys. We're going to get there. So, yes, I finished it.
Okay, all around thoughts, man.
So, on the previous, actually 2 episodes ago, we talked about the first 4 episodes.
Yes, yep. Uh-huh.
And I got to say, I really enjoyed it as a whole.
Okay.
As a whole, I'd just go ahead and give it straight up B+.
Sure.
It's not perfect.
Of course.
But
again, it's just, I was excited to hear your thoughts.
Yeah,
I was
definitely.
thinking about it all week, bro.
Yeah. So, as I've stated in previous episodes, so I won't linger, I own the comic. I really like the idea of the story, but the overall sexual violence in it is a real turnoff for me.
Right.
For the story, and not that that's bad or good for anybody when it comes to storytelling. It just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, it's just not your flavor.
But I love the overarching story. That being said, there's a lot of things that I think they could have changed, which I felt like they did change for the show. And I think that it was very successful. The entire time I was reading the comic, I was like, man, I could really use a PG-13 version of this story. For me, violence and sexual violence is a scalpel. It's not a bat.
Sure, fair enough. I like it.
And there's a guy swinging a bat in that whole thing,
And his name is Mr. Garth Ennis.
Yeah,
the Babe Ruth of swinging violent
nice.
bats.
Yeah, the
Sexually
Babe Ruth
violent bats.
Yeah, it's just a huge phallic symbol.
With a nail in it.
Yeah. So I felt like it still does have some sexual violence, some very gory parts, but it's a better, the comic book is more of an NC-17, and this is a rated R version.
Right.
So it's better than what we know, but there were some things that they did that I didn't like.
Right.
And I definitely want to get to those, but now that I'm caught up with you, what were your thoughts on the show as a whole?
Okay, so getting to the end, honestly, all in all, loved it, but the main thing we got to talk about, because it is the ending.
There's 3 things we need to talk about that are huge.
Well, okay, let's start with which one do you want to bring up first?
Let's start with the gender role reversal.
Okay, let's do that. Let's go there.
I was a big fan when the trailer came out of Elizabeth Shue taking on the role of Stillwell.
Yes.
And because in the comic book, Stillwell is kind of the head of Vought and is really the heroes fear him.
Right.
And I figured with the climate, Me Too's and women's marches, that, okay, let's make that character a strong female, which I love.
Sure.
I love the idea. Mallory was the former head of the boys in their first iteration, and was an older man who had served in World War II, this and that, and he was kind of the leader of the boys.
He's kind of like the Nick Fury.
Yes, good. Yeah, the Nick Fury of the boys.
Yes.
And they made Mallory a woman.
Right.
And guys, I've got daughters. I love female power. I want all women to do the best they can. I want everybody to do the best they can. My issue with the gender reversal for these characters. Okay? It's not going to sound great, but give me my chance, ladies.
It's all good.
I love the idea of making Stillwell a woman, to be like, hey, this powerful woman is in control of these superheroes. They listen to her. And they, and they fear and respect her. This whole time, Elizabeth Shue's version of Stillwell is kind of on the fence. We see that she's just barely keeping the squad together.
Right.
And then ultimately, and guys, we are obviously going to talk spoilers.
Full steam ahead.
Finish the season if you don't want spoilers, okay? She dies. Yes. They kill her in the book or in the comic, which Stillwell lasts until the bitter end almost. Actually, I think he survives. I don't think Stillwell dies in the comic. I don't remember.
I don't remember either. We have to brush up on that.
We'll have to brush up. I won't reread it again.
But either way, Stillwell doesn't die in the first
story.
Exactly. There you go.
And ultimately, they took the power out of that character for me.
Pretty much.
It would have been so smart and so progressive and indicative of the times to have a strong female who doesn't, even though she's kind of on the fence, you never feel like she has to flex. She never has to show you she has power to have power.
Yeah.
And up until the end, up until she gets killed, she tells Homelander, "I'm scared of you."
Right.
And right there, you lost me.
You lose it.
Right there, you lost me.
Yeah.
I needed her to spit in Homelander's mouth and then him laser her.
And that would have, and if she died that way, I could have been
Completely.
Okay. I'd been, oh, okay,
Completely.
cool. I'd been sad her character is gone.
Yes.
But I'd be, at least she went out
like a boss.
Exactly. How I was intending her to go out. Because when they're having that final confrontation, I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a feeling she was gonna go.
Yeah.
But I'm like, she's gonna like knife him or like, she's gonna do something to him.
Do something to like show her.
To show that she is not afraid of him.
Exactly.
And
so they waffled on that part for me.
Yeah, me too.
And it destroyed that for me, the joy that I was getting out of it, because with the Mallory change,
yes,
in the comic books and in the show, the reason the boys disband is because Mallory's grandchildren in the comic are raped and murdered by this character, the Lamplighter. In the show, it sounds like they were just murdered by the Lamplighter.
Yeah, again, they're dialing back some of the
dial back some of the sexual
which is
violence.
fine,
Totally,
which is
I'm
good
with it. But it's not going to sound good. I don't care. I would have rather it just been the exact same story of Mallory, where he makes the truce and it's like, if you just give me the Lamplighter.
Yep.
In the comic book, he makes a truce with the Seven and is like, give me Lamplighter and I'll stop.
And I'll disband the boys.
Yes.
And yeah.
But in this, she just kind of like, oh, they killed my grandchildren, so I disbanded.
Yeah.
With both of these things, and again, I'm prefacing this, with both of these things, it's not something that we haven't seen a million times.
Right.
And if you're trying to empower women, you missed. Because as men,
big time,
we expect women to get screwed over by men.
Sure.
We expect that.
Yeah.
So, again, to have her spit in the mouth of the Homelander, to have Mallory make the truce with the Homelander,
right.
That makes those characters strong, and not that, makes them strong like men. No, it makes them fallible.
It shows them that they're susceptible to revenge, just like
yes,
men
it unites the idea of the genders.
It's just that humans in general are just awful.
Yes.
And we're going to give in to our baser instincts.
I want to be able to tell some story, like some things need to be able to be told from both perspectives, and the same thing happen.
Yeah.
Like if we tell...
And revenge is the great equalizer.
It is. That's,
so,
there you go. So you see it too.
Yeah,
that's the issue.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yes.
I want to hear... You don't tell me that the Greek story... Don't tell me a Hercules story is the same story if Hercules is a woman.
Right.
But it should be.
It should be.
And this could have been the exact same story, except it happened to powerful women.
Yeah.
That even though... Because we expect powerful guys to get screwed over,
too.
Yeah,
for sure.
Because we're stupid.
Again, like you said, we've seen that story a billion times.
And all it does is show, these men...
are in control still.
Beating out, outsmarting these women.
Exactly.
And I'm okay with them losing, but I'm not okay with them just like flat out being outsmarted.
Or just giving up.
Yeah.
Or just like, I'm conceding.
Or keep them men and have them get screwed over this way too.
Sure.
Like, I don't know. I just felt like they were going for a strong...
they had an awesome...
Yeah, and they had the blueprint
concept.
there.
They did.
And I really feel like...
It was sort of like the book with you.
Yes.
It had a great concept.
Yes.
And then it just was executed poorly.
Yes.
Or it didn't even try to live up to some of the ideas they were establishing initially.
Now, how you save this for me...
Yes.
Is you have Elizabeth Shue come back, and it's like, we have a lot of Stillwells.
Ah!
So we used this Stillwell to try to appeal to your romantic side.
Fair enough.
To try to appeal to the, MILF next door thing.
Sure.
Well, this Stillwell isn't gonna put her fingers in your mouth, Homelander.
She won't.
And your power isn't gonna really affect her.
Right.
Either. So that'll save it for me.
Me too.
But
I'm
they
okay
brought
with
in Giancarlo Esposito as the man on the 82nd floor, Mr. Edgar,
Mm-hmm.
who is not in the comic.
Nope.
So
that's like...
I don't know.
Who would be his equivalent? I don't... Yeah, we have to brush up on that.
No. It's Stillwell. That's
it's just Stillwell as the top, tippy top.
There's nobody else calling the shots.
It's just that guy.
So it feels like they're bringing Mr. Edgar in to be the Stillwell from the comics, which I won't.
Again, I'm not
into that.
Me either.
I guess we have 4 big changes. So they do a big change with Butcher's wife.
Yes. Oh,
take it
yeah.
away.
Okay, well, in the comic books, Butcher's motivation to go after the Supes is that his wife is impregnated and raped essentially by the Homelander, quote unquote. And I think he thinks the baby is his the whole time. Baby comes out.
Yeah.
Starts laser eyeing the whole room.
Yeah.
Ends up killing her, right?
Yeah, kills her, basically.
Kills her.
Yeah, she bleeds out.
Yeah,
and
then Butcher has to beat this baby to death with what does he use?
It might be a crowbar.
I think it's a crowbar,
I wouldn't understand why, because it was in their bedroom, but I don't remember.
So the laser eyes, automatically Butcher is like, oh, that's Homelander.
Yeah.
So that gives him the motivation to go after the Supes. In the show, okay, so she basically is... raped,
missing,
right? Missing.
Yes.
She's just gone.
She's missing, presumed dead.
Dead, yes.
Because it's been 8 years since anybody's seen her.
Right.
Butcher has this surveillance video of her from like maybe 6 years ago where she was on a park bench, and then that's all he's got.
Right. Oh, yeah, totally. And then, you want me to just go right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, boom. So, we get our final confrontation between Butcher and Homelander, about to blow him up, but Homelander gets him out of there. Butcher's knocked out. He wakes up in this serene white picket fence suburbia house and sees his wife standing there.
Not only his wife,
but a child that's
about 8 years old.
Right, and has the glowing eyes, and it looks like Homelander.
Yep.
So basically, she's raising Homelander's child, and how do we feel about that?
So one of the great parts of the comic with the Homelander and Butcher is Homelander in the comic books. Homelander recognizes Butcher from the earlier iteration of the boys, but Butcher was the right hand, not the leader. So Mallory did all the talking mostly.
That's right.
And there's this great moment when they meet again, and he's like, Homelander's like, basically like, we had a deal. Yeah. And he's like, I don't even know why you're upset. He's like, what? Sister, mom, wife. And then you see Butcher kind of like react to the wife thing. He's like, He's like, look, I don't even remember that. Yeah, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Kind of a thing.
Pretty much, yep.
And then in the show, it seems like, or at least Homelander remembers him. He remembers her.
Yep.
And then he's like, yeah, man, like she came on to me.
Yeah.
So he's, played it up like it was consensual.
Right.
But obviously, at least most likely it wasn't.
Probably wasn't.
But it might be in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, she might have like been seduced by him.
Sure.
And maybe that's part of his ability too.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Yeah.
So we find out, Billy finds out, and the Homelander all find out at the same time that she's alive.
Yes.
She has a son, and it's the Homelander.
Yeah.
So the reason that's a big deal is because at least in the comic book she's dead. So Billy has a reason for his hatred.
Right.
But now, like, what, are we turning her into the bad guy?
Yeah.
Because she just leaves.
Yeah.
And her family thinks she's dead. They're telling Billy to move on and this and that.
It really, again, it's undercutting motivations.
Yes. Because, okay, right now you don't really have a reason to hate Homelander other than he's a douche.
Yeah. What did you say earlier? You should be hating his crazy wife cheating on him? Hating cheating women?
Dedicate his life to, like, hunting down cheating women.
Not
now.
superheroes.
Yeah. Like, the Supes need to go down, but Jesus, criminy. Like, I don't know. It really changes the dynamic of the show.
Oh, big time.
I don't want to truly talk about the ending of the comic yet, because they still could do it.
They could,
but I gotta tell you guys, the ending of the boys' comic book, for the most part, is super awesome.
It is.
But having seen what we've seen, I can't see them doing it now. It wouldn't make as much sense.
It really wouldn't. So, you're right, yeah.
So, I don't know. We got to see, especially on Billy's part of the story.
Yeah.
But they've really changed. Billy is not super likable. You like him that he's a jerk in the comic,
right?
But here you like him because... So, the Billy in the comic wouldn't have called the CIA to protect MM's family like they did in the show. Yeah. Which is fine. I like Billy being likable. Right. But, yeah, changing that dynamic, that's huge.
It is.
That is huge.
It's big. And again, it's... I'm trying to phrase this. Okay, so it's... Okay, we're taking all this power away from these women, these two powerful women we have in the show, Mallory and Stillwell. We're stripping them of their courage, their power, their moxie, basically. And now we're taking the crux of Homelander's, motivation to go after the Supes and almost throwing it onto his wife. Yeah. So now I don't know what to take away from this show. Like, okay, so she's the bad guy now, presumably?
I don't think she's the bad guy, but we should see her as the bad guy.
I guess so.
Lying, I get it. Billy's gonna... And I get why she leaves. Because if she finds out... One, okay, either she did fall for the Homelander. Sure. She got seduced by him. She had sex with him.
Yeah.
Okay, that's best case scenario.
Right.
Worst case scenario is she was raped by him, and then was like, "Oh, if I tell Billy, he's gonna try to kill the Homelander,
and he'll get killed."
So she's trying to save Billy.
Sure.
But she can't bring herself to abort the baby, nor is there probably even a possible way. So,
or the worst case scenario is that she actually loves him.
oh yeah,
that's like the worst.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I think that's a big no because like she looked terrified to see the Homelander there,
right?
And you know, and maybe the doctors and the Vought people were like, "Yo, you got to go. Take this money. Go. Don't tell Billy because we can't. Like, this is a PR nightmare.
Oh, for sure.
And again, or we just kill you both.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's your choice.
Yeah.
You can start over, and he can have a chance. You have a chance, or you're both gone.
Yeah. They still, unfortunately, need to have it that Homelander raped her.
Yeah.
That he forced himself on her.
It needs to be. Yeah, you're right.
You know, it needs to be because there's got to be some reason for Billy to like, and then maybe even Homelander just kills her right there. Like right when season 2 picks up, like she goes to say something and he just
melts her.
Melts her. Speaking of melting them with laser vision, what did you think of their version of the plane scene?
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that. I was going to bring that up too. Again, it plays pretty close to the comic.
It does.
Some of the dialogue is pretty much from the comic book. And it's reading it in the comic. I was like, wow, this is so awesome because it shows that even if you have superpowers, it's not easy to do this stuff.
Yeah,
like you have to be in control of what you're doing. So
in the comic, the superheroes do avoid a 9/11 event, but they botch it as well.
Yeah.
So the 9/11 event is basically happening. The 7, some of them get onto the plane. They end up just overusing their powers and jeopardizing the plane more.
Right, and they're not even communicating well.
They're not communicating well. They're not communicating with ground control. This and that. So. Like the 7 just mess up the plane and it crashes into the Brooklyn Bridge instead of 9/11.
Right.
So it's still a trigger, but it's not September 11th.
Exactly.
And then in the movie, it's just I like the idea of oh hey, we want to put soups in the military.
Yeah.
And then
which would make sense.
And then there's this plane that's in over international waters. Homelander and Queen Mauve, they go to try to like bring it down, and Homelander just botches it. He uses his laser vision, accidentally takes out the control panel, but I loved the thought processes behind it.
Oh, for sure.
Where she's like, well, can you fly a plane? He's like, it wouldn't matter. I just lasered the console.
Yeah, exactly.
She's like, okay, you could fly. We could fly them off individually. He's like, make 123 trips? I'm not gonna do that. And she's like, well, can't you push the plane up? He's like, push it off what? I'm gonna go right through it. Like every dude, and I'm loving this guy that's playing the Homelander.
Yeah. He's great.
I'm loving Homelander.
He's great.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. I'm loving to hate him.
Oh, for sure.
He's more like Billy.
Yes.
So I really liked it. It doesn't have to be some political statement.
No.
Like I think Garth Ennis was actually trying to make.
I think initially Garth Ennis wanted it to be 9/11, but no.
Our book will not sell.
Exactly.
So. I like the change, and I liked it when they're like trying to get off the plane, and Homelander's like, "Hey, we're cool, all right, it's fine." And they're like, "Oh my God, they're leaving!" And he's like, "Sit down, I will laser you, I will laser you all." Like I just loved that entire. Like it was in the vein of what was funny about The Boys. Obviously, very dark.
Oh yeah,
but like okay, that's funny, you know?
Oh, for sure.
And I like the way Queen Mauve reacts to it. I like that she's not. Friend of the show, Casey Duke, put it in great perspective. When we pick up the Boys comic book, we're picking up halfway through a story.
Oh, easily, yeah.
But they've really taken the time to like, hey, we're gonna
flesh out,
build these things up
for sure.
So it's a little more digestible.
You know, again, and it's like Queen Mauve's character in the comic book is just
full blown alcoholic,
just no real emotion coming from her except towards the very end. Mm-hmm. But yeah, and it's cool. It's cool to see her actually. You feel for this hero.
Yeah.
And then the reason in the comics when you do read it, or you get more of a feeling for her too because you find out why she's an alcoholic.
Yeah.
So again, the show and the book are playing to the villains. Like wow, they have a soul too.
Yeah.
They have feelings too. But yeah, I am digging her what's the word I'm looking for? Her reconception.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her redesign
or whatever. Yeah, I think she's great. The actress is killing it too.
Yeah, she's killing it. Yeah. They're doing a good job, and they're really selling the like modern Wonder Woman too.
Oh, for sure.
I dig it.
Totally.
I dig it. And I gotta tell you, pleasantly surprised, a storyline that I'm really enjoying is the deep stuff.
Yep. I was just going to say that was my favorite. Like those were my favorite moments.
It's a good addition, and the deep gets gill raped.
Yeah.
Like what the hell?
Well, then he gets to see his lover murdered in traffic. Like you start feeling bad for him.
Yeah, they do doing a good job of like part of me believes that the deep and Starlight. Oh, and also Starlight's reveal early. Like, that they might help the boys.
Yes.
I think that we might get some...
Like, switching alliances and, you know...
But, you know, I'm sorry, Aquaman wannabe. You deserve everything you're getting.
Oh, for sure.
However, dang, they're doing a good job of, like, when he's shaving his head in the mirror.
He has that mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Really obviously reminiscent of Britney Spears.
Yeah,
Just a straight-up mental breakdown in the mirror.
Yeah.
See,
right there. That was impactful to society when Britney Spears did it. And it didn't seem phony, or I didn't see that and be like, oh, some woman losing her stuff.
No, it's just a celebrity having a mental breakdown.
And then seeing it, I didn't even notice it until you just said it.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize it was Britney Spears until you just said it. And there you go, right there. Seeing those breakdowns, that's a gender-neutral thing to happen. You believe it for both.
Yeah, people have nervous breakdowns. Yes. regardless of sex.
And I love that. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're great. No, it's just, you know, and then I think that was the apex of his character, and I agree with you. I think we're going to get a redemption arc for the Deep.
That'll be interesting.
I mean, right now he's not even close to what he is in the book.
Yeah, in the Deep, he's
not
in the comic. He's just a.
He doesn't really have a story per se.
No. Yeah, he has a few lines.
Yeah, but it's
when he's like telling Homelander and Butcher that they should like team up.
Oh yeah.
And then all right, guys, it's one of my favorite lines in the book, so I gotta say it. This is not suitable for young ears, but he pitches this idea to Homelander and Butcher, like, oh, maybe we should team up and see who's conspiring against us. And Butcher looks him in the eye straight and says, "Don't be a cunt your whole life." And that's like probably my favorite line from Butcher in the entire story.
Oh man. That's up there. Mine's let's give him a spanking.
Oh,
which I think they do reference it.
Yeah,
in the show. Yeah.
So I still hopefully that I get my my line in the show, but
for sure
I don't know that I will. But
I think there's definitely a way for them to do it.
Yeah,
I'm sure
he uses the C word all the time.
Oh yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm only going to use one C word. I apologize.
And I mean, well, that's part of British slang.
It is.
It's
so
huge.
Yeah,
it's huge over there, and it's not a big deal across
true.
the pond
That's
for
true.
them to say that.
That's true.
But yeah, man, it's cool seeing. Also, I mean, there was a couple things I didn't care for.
Yeah.
Some of the fight scenes are a little jinky.
Yeah.
Like A-Train's running it
doesn't look good.
It doesn't look good at all.
But it doesn't look that much worse than the CW Flash stuff.
Yes, that's true.
The best super speed ever done on TV has been from Smallville.
Oh, dude.
You're
right.
Like,
you're right.
Now, kids, I haven't gone back and watched Smallville in a long time. But while watching it, I was like, dang, this looks good.
Pretty good.
And I think, yes, things have gotten, the technology's gotten better, but this just did not look that good.
Right. So. Oh, no, yeah. And then, just, you think we're going to get a couple cool showdowns. We have Lamplighter versus A-Train. Doesn't really...
Shockwave.
Is that... Oh, Shockwave?
Yeah, the other speedster.
Oh, yeah. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, man. Didn't pan out that well.
Yeah.
A-Train and female.
Yeah.
I thought there was something...
That was hardcore.
That was hardcore, but I was like, wow, really?
Yeah, why'd you guys leave him alive?
Yeah.
And then it seems like they're gonna... Like, they might have saved his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping female was going to get up and we were going to see female be female for a second. Like, I thought she was going to take A-Train out for a second. But,
just rip his head
But it
off.
was pretty cool how they distracted him. Because his weakness is his ego.
Yeah.
He is going to stop taking a selfie.
Yeah.
It's pounding her head into the wall. It was pretty gnarly. But that's what I meant. Just a couple little addendums, of course, the ending. I've got to see how this plays out.
Yes.
Those were my little nitpicks there.
Sure.
How about you? Do you have a few little?
Well, I think I've stated mine to for the most part, but there was a part that you really enjoyed, that you really liked, Mesmer.
Oh yeah, the addition of Haley Joel Osment as Mesmer was pretty awesome, dude.
It seems like it would be weird. He's this has been child actor who he can read your thoughts when he has tactile contact, but he got involved in some drugs, kids. Stay away from drugs. Stay off them. Okay? Only herbs. And so he's got like this daughter that he can't see, and he's like playing at the like loser parts at the Comic Cons and everything. Like it was super sad. But
I think he was just playing Haley Joel Osment.
Yeah, it might have just been Haley Joel Osment, and they were just like, "Hey man, we're gonna call you Mesmer, but like walk us through your life." Shout out Sixth Sense Bomb. So
Pay It Forward.
Pay It Forward. It's dark and awesome. Yeah.
And Roman likes AI.
I love AI. So
go ahead and blow up his eye.
Come get me, internet. But it was cool. It would have been nice to again like build a new team. Like have Mesmer like, hey, I'll help you guys. I'll get you guys, or just have him like reoccur.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
hey, we need you to get in. You need to do this.
Right. He would have been a cool one to stick around.
Yes.
Which I thought he was going to. Because but I think as soon as he mentioned Billy's wife, he just snaps.
Yeah.
And, that was probably one of the more brutal scenes in the show.
Man, yeah. He straight up murks Mesmer, beating his face into a sink.
Yeah.
In a restroom. Oh my God. It was brutal.
Yeah. Oh, man. Woof.
Yeah.
But,
straight spaghetti.
Yeah, man. I'm just, again, I just have to see where it takes me, man.
Definitely.
Because up to the end, I was super on board, and then I'm like, okay, you got a lot to prove.
Yeah.
And again, I mean, I think they're taking a cue from Walking Dead. I think they're just kind of cherry picking parts from the book and just trying to tell their own story.
They are. I'm very pleased with like 80% of it. Like I think 80% of it has the changes that they've made have been great
for sure. But the ones that they kind of what we had talked about previously, it's a big deal.
Yeah,
it's a huge deal to the whole show for me.
Yeah,
it changes the whole narrative.
Changes the dynamic for me
for sure.
But and I'm wondering if we're gonna get Mother's Milk actually being a breast milk guy.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Because I feel like they need to do it, but I feel like it's been too long for them not to have mentioned it.
For sure.
But,
they might not have had the budget for it.
The budget to talk about him having breast milk for
I want to see it.
Oh, well, we don't even get to see it for a long time. I mean,
that's true. We don't see
it. And actually, they do slow burn it in the comic.
They do.
For
that's so true.
Probably 3 trades.
They do.
So,
you're right.
So maybe I'm wrong. Like, they're going to come to it. I guess I was just worried that they're not going to get future seasons, but they already greenlit season 2.
Oh yeah,
and as long as it's this good, they'll do season 3
for sure.
I
mean, dude, Preacher's going on season 4.
Yeah,
and I haven't watched it since season 2, and I've heard it hasn't been that good.
Yeah, and guys, I fell out of all of my comic book TV shows. I'm behind on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., all the CWs. I haven't finished any TV, and I watched all of this within like 4 days.
That's legit saying something.
So I really enjoyed it. I think you guys, hopefully you watched it and we didn't just spoil everything for you, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you didn't, let us know.
Yeah, tell us why you didn't like it and why you did think it was amazing.
Yeah.
Or why you thought it was okay.
What are you looking forward to, not main story-wise, what are you looking forward to see next season?
Oh, man. They've got to get that Compound V, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everyone's got to get dosed.
I feel like that's going to be like the episode 4, episode 5 thing where they're just like, because right now they couldn't barely hang with Translucent.
No.
Yeah,
Butcher's about to get killed.
Yeah.
He would have died if Huey wasn't there.
And vice versa.
That got to get that. They have to, and I really, really want to see the G-Men.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
I want to expand this world some more.
Yeah.
Because in the books, it's the way they parody these heroes is really funny.
Yeah.
And I want to see them bring it to the screen. And again, a tone down would be I am never a guy that says tone it down.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't serve the story, it's gratuitous, and it's not even. You're not being artistic. You're just being ridiculous.
I had the same issue with the show Spartacus. Friend of the show, Andy, calls me a vagina for thinking this way, but I didn't like all of the sex in Spartacus. It didn't move the story around.
Yeah, there you go.
I can have some. I need to understand Crixus. I need to see his hog. I get it.
Yeah.
You gotta get Lucy Lawless out there.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm good with that too.
But if it doesn't move the story along, I don't need it every episode.
For
every
sure.
comic.
Whatever. When people say that, like, well, why don't you like it? Well, because it, like you said, doesn't move the story. If you want to just watch sex,
go watch porn.
There you go.
Go watch the real thing.
Exactly. Why do you need it to be?
I just said porn was the real thing.
I mean, they're really doing it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I mean, I see love there.
Oh man, I gotta see Love Sausage.
Oh yeah,
that's what
Love
I want.
Sausage got to make it cameo.
He's got to.
Oh yeah.
I need to figure it out.
I wonder if they'll bring in Vic the Veep.
I hope so. I hope so.
Creepy character.
So creepy.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's gonna be some good stuff. I, for one, am super excited for season 2. Sucks we probably have to wait at least a year.
Oh yeah,
before we see
we're
it.
gonna give a speculatory episode down the road, closer to it.
You mean I'm gonna have to reread The Boys?
Yeah, I pulled out all my trades. Man.
Okay,
I'm going for it, dude.
All right. I did like how all the episodes.
I'll drop them off over here.
Issues
man.
of the comics, you know.
Yeah.
I did like that. I appreciated that
for sure. Speaking of TV.
Speaking of TV, I think that we've got some other stuff that we should talk about, but that's probably going to be for another show. Guys, that has been our show, our boys review today.
Oh, yeah.
We hope that you liked it. If you like what we're doing, please hit the subscribe button. Give us a like. Leave us a comment. Slide into our DMs at REC Comics. Sometimes we have stuff for sale, which we'll talk about at some point in our lives. I think we talked about what we could learn.
Yeah.
Thank you for pushing me to watch it.
Yes.
Thank you for pushing me to
dig
watch it.
And I was just excited I was waiting all week to hear what you had to say about that ending, man.
Yeah.
And you didn't disappoint.
Well, you were right to question it.
Yeah, for sure. And again, I'm just happy that you liked it.
Sweet.
And I didn't steer you in the wrong direction.
Good. No, you knew what was going to happen.
For sure, bro.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening. I have been your host, Roman Chavez.
Still Erik Icarus.
And we will catch you next time.